Howdy. I don't do this enough, so I'm going to do this, get it out of the way, because I want to get rolling again here after a 30-day suspension on Facebook. And I should do this more often, but I'll tell you why I don't. I'm talking about the gospel and speaking it. Because I'm in America, and I believe that almost all Americans have heard the gospel message. There's too many people walking around talking about Jesus and having to believe in Jesus. There has to be, because there's such a rejection of Jesus in America. I feel that everybody has talked about it amongst themselves and made fun of it, those that are lost, because they've made their jokes about having to believe in Jesus, that he died for their sins, and you're going to go to hell. And they talk about partying in hell and everything. And there's so much mockery of Jesus, so much blasphemy of Jesus and the Holy Scripture of God, that I just think that everybody in America has heard the gospel. And I primarily speak to Americans, and that's why I don't talk about the gospel that much. But I should. So I'm going to do it again, to open up here again. So if I get shut down again, I should have had it up there after my last shutdown. Next time I get that shut down, I don't know how long it's going to be for they may decide to shut me down for good. So the gospel for today. This is very important too, because there's a lot of people that talk about the gospel, and it's very confusing to a lot of people, because they'll have two good-looking men come to their door on bicycles and want them to join their group of believers, and they have a gospel. And they'll have a group of men and women, that would be the Mormons, and the Jehovah's Witnesses would be the men and women coming with their gospel. But the gospel for today is found in the King James Bible in the second book of Corinthians, in the 15th chapter, and it's the first four verses, and it reads like this. This is the infallible proof of Christ's bodily resurrection. That's the important part of believing on Jesus Christ, not in Jesus Christ, because the devil and all of the devils believe, the devil, Satan, and the devils believe in Jesus Christ. They are terrified of him. But believing on Jesus, trusting for your salvation, that's what it's all about. And these four verses, and actually I'll read 6 verses, 1 through 6. Moreover, brethren, this is the Apostle Paul, this is our apostle. Moreover, brethren, I declare unto you the gospel which I preached unto you, which also ye have received, and wherein ye stand, by which also ye are saved, if ye keep in memory what I preached unto you, unless ye have believed in vain. For I delivered unto you first of all that which I also received, how that Christ died for our sins according to the Scriptures, and that he was buried, and that he rose again the third day according to the Scriptures, and that he was seen of Cephas, then of the 12. After that he was seen up above 500 brethren at once, of whom the greater part remain unto this present, but some are fallen asleep. So that's the infallible proof, because there's over 500 witnesses. So everybody that wants to make a mockery of that will pay for it by going to hell at the end of their natural life, when the great white throne judgment is called. Well, they'll go to hell immediately, but they'll be thrown into the lake of fire with hell and the devil and his angels at that time. The resurrection is the most important part of the gospel message, because no God ever has come back from the dead, except for Jesus the Christ. So that's it. Now I'm going to get rolling doing what I do, and that's just about anything that comes into my mind. I try to keep it right and have God's blessing doing it. And that's about it for right now. I don't have a lot planned. What I'm doing is I'm holding back talking. I have a lot of things I want to say, but I don't want to get banned right away because I want to be able to say some things and have them put out there. So that's about it. Boy, I'm really holding back. But it's good to be here. It's good to be back. And I wish I thought differently about the gospel having been heard in America. I think that now it's the primary purpose of churches is to get the message out there to the people who have it perverted in their mind. They have the wrong gospel, and the ones that are believing the wrong gospel, to get them to believe the correct gospel, and to get those that are mocking and blaspheming and joking along, because the crowd does that and they get a lot of great laughs, and they think it's immature, unhip to be a believer. I mean, I'm the coolest guy going, just like every other Bible believer. That's how it is, and cool as far as some people don't even like to say it. I have reservations about saying I'm the coolest guy, but I'm trying to relate. I'm not trying to fall into the pig pen with you and trying to use one word where I can talk to some people who just can't possibly be themselves and have fun in life if they're saved now. They want to wait until they're going to do it. They're going to do it later. And they might even not even tell their friends that they're thinking about it. Like maybe when they're retired they'll get saved, but we've got no promise that I'm even going to get this video uploaded, that I could die and that'd be it. And my gig is, for you fellow believers, is going to the judgment seat of Christ, and me just not wanting to go through the crying, the gnashing of teeth and the wailing when I see what I could have had because of my sin and my natural in my saved life, what the Lord had in store for me. Because if I had worked harder for Him and kept my focus on Jesus and Christ, and maybe preaching the gospel a little bit here and there more, or doing whatever I'm called to do. I don't really. If I've got a calling to do something for the Lord, I've either hidden it so deeply in my subconscious that I won't do it, or I just do this. I have fun doing what I'm doing. And I probably won't upload this because it's such a long and rambling bunch of stuff. I'm probably talking just to keep from saying what is in my heart. I really have a lot of bitterness about being banned on Facebook by the Sodomites and Facebook administration, and probably some friends of mine that caught me real quick saying something and reported me because they're gutless wimps, and instead of coming straight to me, they filed a report with Facebook, which got me banned, and that gives them pleasure. I have some odd friends. I have Facebook friends, and they're privy to my posts quickly. Maybe they follow me. Maybe you're a follower of mine. I don't think that anybody, I'll say this for Facebook administration, I don't think there's anybody assigned to watch Brother Mark and wait to see what he says. I don't believe they're watching me that close. I think it's a follower or a friend that's reporting something I say. And it could be somebody in a group. I'm an administrator in several groups, and it could have been in some of these groups that I'm in as an administrator, or just any group that I'm in, not even an administrator, and just posting, because I can cut to the heart of cut to the meat of the matter, and call a spade, and that's offensive to some people. They don't want to be reminded of their lifestyle that's unacceptable, that is an abomination to God, and it promises them an eternity in hell with their soul burning in a lake of fire, and the soul will feel it. Your body may be dead, and your spirit may return to God, but your soul will be on fire forever. The Bible promises that. But you have a way to, you can get out of that if you can humble yourself. I mean, what kind of humility does it take to say, I'm a dirty, rotten scoundrel, Lord. Please forgive me. I want to live with you forever in heaven. What, you can lower yourself like that to ask a girl out if you're not a fag. Sorry. If you're not a sodomite with a man, I don't mean faggot, some kind of special, cool, some kind of neat, some polite word. I apologize. I don't mean to call you sodomites a fag, okay? My brother's a queer. He calls himself a queer. Can I say queer? What kind of regulations do we have out here, Zuckerman? You're a very smart guy. You got very smart people working for you. A lot of them are sodomites. I'm not saying you're lighting the low for Zuckerman, but you got a lot of them working for you. What's wrong with their thinking ability? Am I touching some sensitive areas where we're hitting a lot of the ignorant sodomites? and they can't control themselves, they start banning people for the slightest infraction of their mind. They've got their finger on the trigger. Is that what's going to happen? You're going to be left with a lot of dummies on your site. That's what's going to happen. You don't want anybody that's got a thinking power. You're putting some people down. Not just me. I've seen you put people down that have above par average intelligence, and you can't handle that. You can't handle constructive criticism. Where's the even balance in this? Is there no fair play at all? This is a lot like Nazi Germany, the way you're running this thing. I know it's a free site, and we're privileged to be here, and we don't pay anything to be here. But you slam us with advertising. You control our lives with the way we can talk and who we can talk to. We don't have the wide open audience that we used to have. We can't speak to the world anymore, and you come inside our little circle, and you'll take a complaint with anybody that files a report. You pull the trigger. There's no investigation. You just pull the trigger. I mean, if it gets that bad, I won't want to be here anyway with a bunch of people who are televisioned. You talk about religious people, Jesus lovers being televisioned, having no mind that's open. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You are the most televisioned, the most closed-minded people that continues to do that on the face of the earth. You've got a worldwide audience to show them your open-mindedness, and do you see the example you set by what you're doing? Yeah, it's only till the end. And then you better have made that decision for Christ. Or all that power you exerted was for naught, for nothing. You have to look at the other side. And if I'm wrong, would I get eaten by worms with you? And if I'm right, adios.